On the 28th of April 2025, the CEO of Duolingo, Louis von Ahn, posts his all-hands email to LinkedIn. It says, Duolingo will be AI first. Contractors phased out where AI can do the work, new hires only where the work can't be automated, and that AI usage will form part of employees' performance reviews. Within days, this post becomes a complete PR disaster. People are posting screenshots of them cancelling their subscriptions. People were saying they're going to throw away their massive Duolingo streaks just because of this. The outrage was overwhelming and palpable. In June 2025, Louis von Ahn does an interview with the Financial Times where he admits that he didn't quite expect the blowback that he got. And in August 2025, he admitted that his commentary on AI had hurt the company's earnings and dampened their growth. In April 2026, he told Fortune magazine that the AI usage metric was now gone from performance reviews, that employees were wondering whether they were supposed to use AI just for the sake of it. This whole thing was a massive PR disaster for Duolingo, but it's not the exception. It's the rule. When massive name brand companies are shown to be using AI in an overt way, the reaction generally isn't positive. Take, for example, this Christmas advert from Coca-Cola in 2024.
One of the most iconic brands ringing in the holiday season. But take a closer look at the new Coca-Cola commercial and you might notice that it was made with artificial intelligence. Social media certainly caught whiff.
It shows how lifeless that Christmas commercial is.
Now facing backlash for taking the real people and the cheer out of the holidays.
Coca-Cola just put out an ad and ruined Christmas and their entire brand.
It's less festive, more creepy holiday vibes.
And similarly, look at this Christmas ad from McDonald's Netherlands in 2025.
It's the most terrible time of the year. The tree we roast burn to charcoal, and the cookies burn too. Terrible time of the year. So you flee from the madness, the lights.
People describe this McDonald's ad as AI slop that feels like a visual seizure. So while AI is very powerful and I guess has a lot of potential, I think the more real and immediate consequence that people can see is the cost. The replacement of artists, the replacement of entry-level white-collar jobs, the replacement of potentially all of our jobs in the near future. The environmental cost and water usage is so huge that it has become memeable.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just totaled your car.
Ah, gotcha.
What the?
Honestly, that's iconic. You didn't just crash my car, you transformed it into a modern sculpture.
And of course, the immediate flooding of the internet with just a bunch of AI slop has become really unpleasant and off-putting. And when you look at all of this together, it's not hard to see why people are put off by AI rather than excited by it. But what blows my mind is that I see so many people on my LinkedIn that they start companies that have absolutely nothing to do with AI and should not have anything to do with AI, and yet they try and use AI in their branding, in their positioning, and think that this is going to be some kind of differentiator for their brand. If you're saying that your information services are AI-based, then that basically tells me that I'm giving you a brief, you're putting that brief into ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT is pumping something out to you, and then you're just giving that back to me, and yet I'm paying you to be the middleman when I can just put it into ChatGPT myself. So what's the point? And similarly, I'm in the very fortunate position that I get offered a lot of brand deals from companies for this channel, the people who want to sponsor this channel. But what I've noticed is that while like 4 or 5 years ago, it was like all the big brands that you've heard of, like the VPNs and so on, that were mainly reaching out to me, these days, it's like 80% AI companies, and they're just these random AI startups that you've never heard of. And I don't accept any of it, which is why I chose not to accept any of them, but instead would rather tell you about a needlepoint company that I started with my wife. We're called Koipon Studio, where we sell needlepoint kits where all the designs are designed by my wife, Casey, and not by an AI. So if you or your partner are sick of AI and doom scrolling and you just want to get off your phone and unplug and reset for a moment, then I strongly recommend that you try needlepoint. Needlepoint is an easy to learn, relaxing craft that helps you get off your phone, be present, and make beautiful art instead. Here at Koipon Studio, we sell beginner-friendly needlepoint kits that come with absolutely everything that you need to complete your canvas, including the canvas, the threads, the needles, and so much more, plus written and video tutorials so you're supported every step of the way. Now, I know that most of you guys are men, and that rightly or wrongly, needlepoint is generally more popular with women. So if you have a girlfriend or wife or some other loved one who is into crafting, so, you know, crochet, knitting, sewing, cross-stitch, anything like that, I am almost certain that they will love needlepoint. And so if you want to get them a really unique and thoughtful gift, this is a really good one. So if you want to get your hands on one, click the link at the top of the description. We only have a few of each design left, so get one while stocks last. Thank you guys so much. Let's get back to the video. So I think that slapping an AI label onto your brand and company is actually hurting your brand and probably hurting sales. But is that just my opinion and my hot take? Well, it turns out there's actually been some research into this. So there was a study published in the Journal of Hospitality Marketing and Management. So these researchers, primarily from Washington State University, took a bunch of participants and they sorted them into two groups. The two groups were shown the exact same products as each other. The only difference between the two was that one group was shown products that were described as high tech, and the other group was shown products that were described as using AI or artificial intelligence. And here's what one of the researchers had to say in an interview about this study. We looked at vacuum cleaners, TVs, consumer services, and health services. In every single case, the intention to buy or use the product or service was significantly lower whenever we mentioned AI in the product description. So what should brands be doing instead? Well, when the world zigs, zag. When everyone is showing what AI can do, instead, why not do the opposite and show how AI is flawed? And that's exactly what Almond Breeze did in this great ad with the Jonas Brothers. Let me show you a clip.
Why are we shirtless?
I mean, that makes sense, but the other stuff, I don't really...
Or we go a different way.
Okay.
This clearly took you a while.
No. Can you imagine?
It's AI. We just kind of...
Clickety-clack.
So I think this ad is great, and I think whoever came up with it is an absolute legend, and the comments below totally agree with me as well. And it speaks to a famous quote from Rory Sutherland. And if you don't know who that is, he's one of the greatest marketers of all time. He's the vice chairman of Ogilvy, and I actually had the pleasure of working for him at the start of my career as well. So Rory has this very famous quote in his book Alchemy, where he says, "The opposite of a good idea can also be a good idea." And I think that's what we're seeing here with AI. I think a really good analogy for this is actually artificial fertilizers, not artificial intelligence. On the one hand, artificial fertilizers created a huge opportunity for increased productivity in one dimension. But what you got on the other side was a product that people perceived to be lower quality, bad for the environment, bad for humanity, bad for people's health. And so therefore, brands that deliberately chose not to go down that road and actually overtly chose the opposite were able to command a premium. So now you see a premium on food that's labeled as organic, pesticide-free, GMO-free, because actually it is attractive to consumers to see products and brands that are not doing the thing which is harmful. And while AI technology is still relatively new, we are already seeing this trend in the opposite direction, that brands that are deliberately against AI are actually able to grow and be very successful. One really obvious example of this is a platform called Kara. So Kara is an overtly anti-AI app, social media artist sharing platform, where they, quote, filter out Gen AI images so that people searching for authentic creatives and images can do so easily. People really hate AI slop art, and they don't want to be accidentally using it, and they don't want to be shown it in their feeds. And so Kara provided a solution to that, with their whole USP being the fact that they don't have AI on their platform. And it went from 40,000 users to 650,000 users in 1 week. So I think it is a great case study showing that the reverse of AI is a massive opportunity. Personally, I feel like this goes beyond just brands that are overtly anti-AI. But I think that generally, as people are growing tired of the internet, they're growing tired of all the AI slop and doom scrolling that is feeding their algorithms, that is sucking their attention, sucking their productivity, brain rotting them, that people will increasingly be drawn to things that get them off their phone and get them connecting with real life again. And we see this with crafting, hence why we started Koi Pond Studio. But we also see this with things like offline clubs, people meeting in person, offline cafes, where you have to put your phone away, with in-person exercise clubs. And so I want to talk more about this topic in next week's video about how there's this explosion of analog hobbies as a result of reactance from artificial intelligence and AI slop. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe down below. And guys, don't forget to check out Koi Pond Studio, link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.